How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. Where are you located, if you don't mind me asking?
Right now, I'm in Atlanta shooting season 2 of The Wonder Years, but I used
Oh,
to live in New
nice.
York City. So, yeah.
Nice. Well, speaking of the Wonder Years, I kind of want to start our conversation off with that. And my first question for you is, what did you learn about yourself after you finished filming season one?
I mean, I didn't realize how relevant the civil rights movement of the 1960s was and is still today. I really thought we were further along as a country, and seeing those events through the eyes of a middle class black family in the 60s while working on The Wonder Years season 1 showed me that we have a long way to go to achieve equality. And, yeah.
Was it something though that you felt as you were filming it, it was just kind of coming on that like, wow, this is not what I expected it, or it wasn't until you wrapped that you were just kind of overseeing the whole season and said to yourself, oh man, like I did learn a lot about this.
I think it was both. You know what I mean? Like through the season, I was kind of getting to learn about it, and then at the end, after I've watched all the episodes, I was like, "Wow!" You know what I mean? Like it really kind of clicked. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're filming season two. Congratulations. That's extremely exciting. Can you share any details on what fans can expect in the second season?
Oh man, I mean, in season 2, I can't really share that much, but I think we really start to know more about the characters' worlds in
Mhm.
greater depth, you know? So I mean, about my character, we meet characters Brad's character's parents, which is amazing. I'm like very excited about that. They actually were in the bar mitzvah episode. I was like, huh, like where are you guys? You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
we also see my house, which I'm very excited about. I actually even haven't even seen it yet, which is really cool. But yeah, I'm super excited to really explore Brad's world more. But also, I think the last thing I can tell you is just more humor, which is really exciting. So watch out for that. It's being really more funny and stuff. So
Do you feel more comfortable playing Brad this season than you did in season one?
yeah, I think so. I think during season 1, I was really getting to know Brad, and now I kind of just step into his shoes, you know? And when I heard about season 2, I was like, oh wow, that's like amazing. I get to go back into this wonderful, beautiful character, which is super exciting for me.
What would you like to see happen for Brad this season?
Oh goodness. I mean, if I'm being honest, I kind of want Brad to get a girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it might not happen, but I got my hopes up for it, and that'd be really cool. So,
I think that would be awesome. It'll, give us a little bit more, as you said, the humor.
yeah,
And it would give your character a little bit more growth. And we haven't really seen much. I mean, we've seen a little bit of romance on the series, but it's been its full focus. It's always been the comedy. So I
yeah,
think adding that in, you all are of the perfect age too, where you're
yeah,
starting to have
great.
these feelings. I think that'd be great. Is there a particular character you would like your Brad to work more with this season?
Oh man. I think the two characters I would love to work with more are probably Bill and Lillian, who play Dean's parents, played by Julian Hill and Saquon Sanglo. They are such wonderful actors and slash actress. I mean, they are. It's just so cool to work with them. I'm filming an episode right now where I'm in a lot of scenes with them, which is
Oh,
amazing.
awesome.
Just to learn from them, just such experienced actors, and just such an amazing, uh, wonderful learning experience for me.
Do you feel like now that you're a little bit more into the filming of the second season, your on camera acting has grown and you're more comfortable in front of the camera?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've always felt comfortable in front of the camera. I think it's always kind of where I've, meant to be.
Hmm.
You know, but I think yeah, I think I get more comfortable with it, especially with these people on set because we all feel like a family, which is really good. You always want to, just like everybody and just kind of connect immediately, and that's really helps. So yeah,
Well, you don't only just do on camera acting, you're also a voiceover actor too, which is extremely impressive for someone your age to be able to do both and do it well. That is the key. So, do you have a preference which one you prefer?
oh man, what do I prefer? I mean, I kind of love both. No, you know what? Not kind of. I love both. I mean, with voiceovers, it's you're really focused on more of the voices or accents or sounds. It's just super fun. But I mean, bringing a character to life on camera is so different, because you really get to focus on just not only the voice, but how they move, their mannerisms, really your entire body, and is used in creating that character. So that's an awesome thing for me that I get to do.
Is it insane when you watch one of your animated shows and hear your voice coming out of the character? Is that mind blowing?
It is, yes. It's a little bit weird because I'm like, what if I actually did look like that? Like would I still sound like that? But yeah, it's kind of crazy, but it's really really cool.
How did you voiceover work?
Man, I mean, I've always loved doing accents with my dad when I was a little kid, and honestly, I mean, when I first met my manager, Terry Bastagi, she kind of had me read some lines, and I sang a little song for her, and she was like, do you want to do some voiceover work? And I was like, sure, why not? I was 7. Like, what 7-year-old's not going to, say no, right? I was like, let's do it. So, yeah.
Is there a character that you've always envisioned yourself wanting to lend the voice to?
I mean, ooh, that's interesting. Well, I did a movie called Dragon Quest for Netflix, which was an animated movie, which was so much fun. It was in the genre of anime, and I would love to do more anime. That was amazing. Like, just like the fight scenes and the screaming was such a fun experience. You know what, not gonna, I blew my voice out, which was fun. It was fun to blow my voice out, you know what I mean? Just really going for it in the booth was awesome.
You do any vocal training for voice acting?
Man, I mean, I sing, so yeah, so that really helps. Really learning how to, use your vocal cords and your diaphragm and bring that into the voiceover booth helps me learn and helps me kind of bring more sound into it without, hurting myself.
Yeah. I have to imagine also that you're kind of using a lot more energy when you do voice acting because you've got to get through what the character is feeling by just your voice. Whereas on camera, you're using you're using your whole body, but the audience doesn't have to rely just solely on a voice. They're relying on, okay, what are you giving non-verbally too, to kind of give off how you're feeling. So for you, how do you give off that much energy? Because it's not only, oh, come in here, Julian, for an hour and record. It's you're right here pretty much all day recording. So how do you keep yourself energized to do that?
I just think it's like what I love to do, and I'm just here because not because I'm forced to or because coming to the studio for all day. I come in there because I want to do it. You know what I mean? And that's what keeps me energized and what's keeps me just going the whole day. And also sometimes when I'm recording, you get to see some clips of what you're doing, which is so much fun, like little sneak peeks of a movie or a TV show. So that's really, really cool.
I feel like that would freak me out. I'd be so distracted by what I'm seeing of myself. I'd be like, why am I doing that?
Sure.
Well, not only obviously are you on the Wonder Years and you're a voiceover actor, but you're also going to be starring in a new movie, Boys of Summer. Yeah. Congratulations on that. Can you tell us a little bit about the movie and your role in the movie?
Sure. I mean, let's see. Boys of Summer is about these group of best friends who live on Martha's Vineyard, and they kind of have to overcome their fears, solve a mystery, and really to save the island, which is crazy. But I mean, yeah, my character, his name is Eugene Wexler, and he is an islander. He idolizes JFK. He wants to be president. Big goals. But yeah, he's a loyal, good friend, and he's really careful, but a bit serious, and he thinks before he acts. So yeah, that's basically my character.
How did you land the part?
Oh man, that's a big story. I'm gonna cut it down, but I was filming season 1 of The Wonder Years, and Boys of Summer audition came through. I was like, okay, let's do it. And I sent in a tape to the director of a few scenes, and then I had a Zoom with the director on the set of Wonder Years, which was like crazy after
That's
filming the entire day. The director's David Henry. He's such a wonderful
yeah.
guy, human being and director. And yeah, they were literally about to shut down the electricity on set. They were like, "All right, you got 5 minutes, buddy." I was like, "Okay, like okay, right?" And yes, I did it from my trailer on the one of your sets, and I'm just so fortunate that everyone on both sets or both productions is really just so supportive and made it possible for me to do both movie and TV show.
Was it hard to audition over Zoom?
Man, I've gotten that question a lot, and honestly, at first it was because I was nervous that it was gonna like break up. My Wi-Fi wasn't gonna be that good, but then I learned to kind of cope with that because sometimes it would break up and you just had to keep going because maybe they would say a line and then it'd be laggy for them and then they'd be like, "Why do you say that so late?" But you just have to keep going and just
Yeah.
trust your instincts.
I
So
mean, it's perseverance and a lot of self-confidence. I do not have, so kudos to you
thank you.
for wanting, for doing it and keep going after it. You mentioned that the film takes place on Martha's Vineyard. Did you guys get to film there? Or did you film somewhere else?
No, we filmed in North Carolina,
Okay.
but we were shooting kind of near like a beachy type place, so it felt like Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah.
Which was also, it was nice to shoot in North Carolina because then I could actually do the movie as well as Wonder Years because I was driving back and forth between Atlanta and North Carolina, so I was like, okay, this is good. Because I probably, if it was on Martha's Vineyard, I probably couldn't have done the movie.
Yeah.
So I'm really, I'm really lucky with that. So.
How did you keep your head on traveling back and forth doing both things at both times? That's crazy to me. I can barely focus on what I'm doing like in the next hour.
It was a lot. Honestly, I'm really just thankful for my mom because she was driving me back and forth, and I was just super, super excited. I just got to do both, and then I got that opportunity. So, it was might have been coming off at some points, but I just pushed it right back on. I was like, I gotta do this. You know what I mean? It's gonna pay off in the end.
Yeah. So what would you say was the most challenging part of filming the movie? And it can't be that you were filming both the Wonder Years and that movie at the same time.
Okay. For me, I mean, this was really the first movie that I portrayed a character where he was really experiencing real fear, which was a great, fun challenge for me, digging into that fear emotion. It was really, really a wonderful challenge. So.
Do you have a preference now, which one you prefer, movie or TV?
Oh man, I love both. I love both. I feel like shooting a movie is obviously it's shorter and it's not as long as a TV show would be, but I feel like I would love to do both. Like shooting like 4 movies in a row, right, and then going into a TV show. And honestly, what I just did with Boys of Summer and the Wonder Years, going back and forth, it was honestly just so much fun. So really both.
I mean, that's, I think, the good way to go. Keep yourself open to everything and, whatever comes your way instead of being like, I'm only going to do this because this is what I like. No, man, I'm going to open up everything. So I think that's great. And as you said earlier, you're not just, an actor, you're also a musician. You sing a lot, and I took a look at your social media pages, and what a great voice you have. So let me start off with, when did you first decide that you loved to sing?
Oh man, I came out of my mom's belly singing. Seriously. Like I love music just from the beginning. I play guitar, piano, and I also sing, and it just means the world to me, you know what I mean? I feel like music is another way that I can, alongside of acting and honestly just speaking, I can express how I feel and all that kind of stuff. So I've just always loved music. So.
Do you have any musical inspiration, someone or an artist, or even just the genre?
Yeah, I mean, let's see. I'll give you 3. Let's do Stevie Wonder, Sam Cooke, and Al Green.
Ooh, all 3 great ones. All 3 a little different too.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's really interesting because a lot of people who I've talked to in the past who are musicians, they typically stick to one genre. that they seem to like. You do not. Is there a reason for that? Did you grow up, did your parents listen to that music, or is it something you kind of found as you were growing up?
You know, I mean, I love 60s, 70s soul. So that's kind of like, I think, where they're all in there.
Hmm.
But, I mean, yeah, my parents introduced me to this. I mean, I would say Stevie Wonder, Sam Cooke, Al Green. Let's go with Aretha Franklin, Marvin Gaye, and then also like James Taylor, like the Beatles, all those kind of people, right? I mean, my dad, he listens to classical music, so he loves like older music, but also just like really just great, wonderful, like beautiful artists,
Yeah.
in some point in history. So that's really how I was introduced to that from, my parents.
Do you have a favorite song you like to perform?
Oh man, favorite song. That's a hard question, cause I mean I love so many songs, so that would really. I think that's too hard to pick. That is too hard to pick. I mean, as I told you earlier, I love 60s, 70s soul, so it'll be probably a song from there, and probably from one of the three artists I told you earlier.
Nice. Now,
Yeah.
can we expect an album from you at some point?
I'm working on songwriting right now, and hopefully I come out with a single soon, so stay tuned.
I'm going to take that as yes, we will. I'm just kidding. No, I would love to. I'd love to hear some of your original work. We've heard little pieces of it, but I'd love to hear a full blown single from you come out. And, I think your fans would be super excited for that too. So hopefully, maybe before the end of the year, we'll hear some news.
Very good.
But touch on what you had mentioned earlier, your singing. How do you use that to help with your voice acting, with your acting in general? Because kind of it all plays into the same thing. You're trying to tell a story while you're singing, whether or playing the guitar, playing the piano, you're trying to tell a story. So how does that help you when it comes to your acting?
I mean, I think singing really helps with just kind of bringing it into everything. I kind of like in a if you're humming a tune or whether you're singing a tune, it's just like it like minor chords or major chords, right? It could be darker if you're doing a minor chord or lighter if you're doing a major chord, right? So if you bring that into the type of scene you're doing, then I think that really helps me. Obviously, it could be different for other people, but that's really what helps me as Julian.
Well, perfect. As we wrap today, because you and I believe could continue talking for hours, um, what can fans expect from you throughout the rest of the year and into
So
2023? Oh my God, I can't believe we're going to be into 2023 through.
I know, right? I mean, obviously Wonder Years season two, but also, I got some news on Yes Day 2, so definitely stay tuned for that, and that would be amazing. So yeah, you can definitely expect that in the near future.
Perfect. Well, I will make sure that, everyone who listens to this, make sure to keep out to Julian's social pages because he's going to have some great news coming our way soon. So thank you, Julian, so much for speaking with me.
Of course, thank you for having me.